Awesome. But yeah, man, like I really appreciate this. Me and Chief both really appreciate this. This this really helps bridge the holes of things that we don't see. This also really help you guys, um, so that we can better like kind of like synthesize information so that we can give it to
Mhm.
you so you guys can absorb it and then fucking take it to the moon and just you know use it to your advantage in any which way possible, right? Like we started this to empower you guys because we wish we would have had something like this when we were trying to figure out what the fuck to do. So
Yeah, yeah,
just to
yeah.
plainly put it. Um, so it's just gonna be a quick interview, man. They've been only going like 15-20 minutes. So
Okay.
you can talk as much as you want with the questions that I ask you. And yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's kind of late wherever your time zone is. I know I just got off with one of Beyond Copy members in South Africa, so it was like 3 a.m. for him.
South Africa, that's crazy.
Yeah. We're global.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not late for me. It's 7:30 p.m. So it's okay.
You
Nothing
chilling,
crazy.
bro. You chilling. It's like nine
Yeah.
thirty for me. All right. Excuse me. All right, man. So we'll just start and then we'll get through this and then I'll let you go about your day. So why did you join Beyond Copy?
Well, I remember it was like the first time I forgot how I was like introduced to it, to be honest. I remember no, it was Tristan. Tristan Alexis. So
Hmm.
I'm in Bellman's disciples group. That's when after a while I heard Tristan talking about Beyond Copy and
Hmm.
Alexis, and I was like, man, I should like join. And like I checked it out, and like I checked it out like about a couple months back before I actually joined. It was like
Hmm.
it took me like 2 months to join because like when I first saw the sales page, it looked like it was made by like a Nigerian scammer. I was like, no way, I'm not putting my money here. So I left it alone. And then after that, it was like Bobby joined and Orestes, and yeah, man, it's legit. So then I just joined, and I was like, man, this is kind of sketch. It
Hmm.
still looked the same. I was still like, you know, hesitant, but I still joined in. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's awesome. It's always so funny to hear how like everyone comes into us a little bit differently because we've never really had like a formal launch or like anything crazy like that.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's been like pure organic, so it's been quite interesting to hear everybody.
yeah.
So
And like,
go
oh
ahead.
yeah,
No, you
oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. And like Tristan, when he was explaining to me, like after being beyond copy, I realized he was like like the stuff they teach to get people entering the courses. Like he used that on me, and I didn't know it at the time. And actually worked. He like planted seeds in my mind. So I'd be like, man, should I join it? I look back at the page again. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Saad was like the one, like the I guess you could say the catalyst
Hmm.
because I asked him one day for advice, and then he told me like, yeah, man, join Beyond Copy. It's like
Hmm.
I can't really give you advice now because I'm too busy, but Beyond Copy will be your answer.
Hmm.
So I was like, hey, if Saad like if Saad said to join, I might as
Hmm.
well join. So that's when I joined. That was like the
That's
catalyst, you
awesome,
could
man.
say.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
So then when you were trying to join, what was like the problem that you were trying to solve?
Yeah, outreach. Like the VSL was so like it was so insane how it like it applied to me at the time.
Hmm.
I was like, man, this is like for me. So I joined. And I was just trying to solve the problem with outreach and
Hmm.
getting replies and stuff like that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, then. Since you've since it sounds like you've been part of other communities, I just wanted to ask, what did you think about like how they set up everything, like their model versus like our model, how we set up everything with our calls and all that good stuff.
Yeah, the only communities I've been of or been a part of were HU and Bellman's Disciples Group.
Hmm.
And HU, of course, I learned the basics. And after I went to like Bellman's group, I was like, I learned more because it's Bellman, right?
Hmm.
I learned more than like I guess sort of like beyond copy teaching, sort of. It just wasn't as detailed. it was like surface layered of what you teach, but it was still
Hmm.
better than the real world.
Hmm.
So most of it was familiar. It was like familiar concepts, but I didn't really know too much about them.
Yeah.
So, and the calls for Bellman, well, it's just accountability calls.
Hmm.
And he taught us outreaching, like how to outreach without like differently. So that helped a lot. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And then so okay, so you basically did HU before a little bit of Bellman's group. So then what did you expect when you were joining Beyond Copy?
Man, that's all like I was expecting I was expecting like instant clients because
Hmm.
like your whole automatic clients and stuff like that. I was like, man, that sounds nice. I thought it'd be like easy.
Hmm.
Like once I joined, I was like, man, this is not what I was expecting. At first, it wasn't like it wasn't what I expected, so I was about to like just leave. But
Hmm.
after I watched the videos, I was like, never mind, I'm staying.
Hmm.
It was so weird. And like now I know why I was like that. Like after watching the calls,
Yeah, yeah, for
just
sure.
makes sense.
That's awesome, man. So then in your words, what has been your biggest, like your main takeaway that you've gotten from Beyond Copy?
The main takeaway. So like the hold on, could you expand on that real quick?
Yeah, like what, like of everything that you've learned, whether it was from like, chatting with us, whether it was from a video, mindset, whatever, what has been your biggest like takeaway? Like, oh, okay. Like this, like if it just blew up right now, you'd be like, this is what I need to take away from Beyond Copy at this moment in time. And this would be the main thing if you were just to like the one biggest thing that that you've taken away that you've learned from that has helped you.
Yeah, man, it's kind of hard to say, right? There's so many things, but I'd say the biggest one was I learned was or biggest takeaway actually. This is so hard. There's so many. Uh, shoot. I have no clue. It's just too many. I can't really.
Okay.
Actually, it'd probably be like being genuine, right?
Hmm.
And not like, because before I used to be like outreaching, sending, like actually everything I did, it was just like not personalized.
Hmm.
And I found that like after being beyond copy, being genuine actually helps.
Hmm.
And that's like something that's helped me so much.
That's awesome, man. So then
Yeah.
it sounds like you have some other lessons that you've like taken away. What would be your three lessons? You're like, these are the fucking three things, you know?
Hey, yeah. Three things. Yeah, for sure. So, so three things I've learned, right? From beyond copy
Yeah.
or
Any
okay.
like anything. It could be like a call lesson. It could be something that we said in passing. Anything, bro.
Yeah, mindset is probably the first one. I should have said that. Yeah, like mindset. I had a bad mindset. Well, it wasn't that bad, right? I wasn't depressed or anything.
Hmm.
It's just like the way I saw the game. I didn't see as like as a game, right? I saw as like, man, this is so hard. Like, yeah, anything besides a game, I didn't see
Hmm.
as a game until I joined. I was like, man, okay, so I just gotta play the game by its rules. And when that happened, I started seeing myself leveling up, and it's really helped getting more calls booked, right? It's actually kind of great to see. And I'd say the second one would be just another, I guess you could say another takeaway would be like seeing the deep layers, right?
Hmm.
Because after you like there's more than just copy. I thought copy was I thought copy was everything at one point. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but like after like going through it, I was like, man, copy ain't nothing. It's just a cherry on top of cake.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of embarrassing looking back. And that's probably the main two. I don't really have a third one yet. Well,
You're
I
good.
do, but I can't really think of it right.
Hmm. You're fine. You're fine. Those are awesome. Those are great takeaways, man. Anything, anything is a good takeaway. We just want to be here to empower you guys. So if
Yeah.
if you took away maybe a fraction of something, hey man, that's something to me, that means
Yeah.
everything. So that's awesome, bro. So then what surprised you when you joined Beyond Copy?
Well, the thing that surprised me, I was expecting it to be like the real world, where
Mm,
I like went through step by step and like, yeah, this is how you get it done. And it caught me off guard how you guys did calls, but without piecing things together, sort of. So like,
mm,
even though like you do like sort of do an order, you still have to piece things together. I was expecting to be like HU, where it's just simple.
mm,
Yeah, I was expecting simplicity, but it was way more than that. So that caught me off guard, and I was surprised at how like you guys were like, yeah, copy isn't it. I'm like, what is this?
yeah.
Copy is. It was so dumb.
Hey man, we're all there, right? And copy is important, but you know, economics,
Yeah,
hard sales, all
yeah,
the
yeah,
hidden stuff you don't see, right? The devil's in the
yeah, exactly.
details. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay, then. Okay, actually, then this is pretty good. So then, what were your biggest challenges that you face when joining Beyond Copy?
Like prior to joining,
No, no,
or
like when you joined, was like the information challenging? Was like understanding how to learn
ooh,
it, like that kind
yeah,
of stuff.
understanding. Like shoot, the first call I ever watched, which was I forgot what it was. It clicked in like the other day, barely. So like I guess I got information overloaded. I remember like sitting there at night, like literally, 'cause I'm not capping. I was like laying on bed. I was like, man, I just felt like I felt worthless. I was like, I was like, there's so much I didn't even know
Mhm,
because like I just got like barely got the hang of copy. I just learned what it was.
mhm.
As soon as I learned, I joined Beyond Copy, and I just too much information for me at the time, and I was yeah, it was insane.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So
you're
yeah,
not the only person, bro. Trust. So far, that's a common
yeah,
theme
yeah,
of all these interviews. Learning how to learn,
yeah,
or letting it sink
yeah.
in.
Learning how to learn. Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
And so like actually it's kind of a funny story. So like actually this isn't really relevant.
Hmm.
Yeah, but like it's funny because I got work. I'll like listen to like Beyond Copy calls and people are like making fun of me. They're like, haha, he's listening to a Zoom call. I'm like, you don't know what's on the Zoom call though.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, show me. I'm like, no, I'm not letting you see that. You're gonna be like sitting in the corner or something.
Yeah.
But it's so funny how they just like don't know,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No,
It's just funny.
no, it's awesome too. It's kind of cool because it's like if only they knew, right? I was actually just talking to uh oh, I forget his name, about it. And he was like asking about his parents, and he was like, well, how can I make him see it? And I was like, well, dude, even my parents, I have companies that are doing successfully, and my parents will be like, oh, that's cool. What about working for like this? What about working for a big company? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah, I see what you mean.
it's the
Yeah,
game, bro. It's the game. People are gonna be like, Wi-Fi money,
yeah,
what's
yeah.
that? Hmm. Hey man,
Exactly, that's how my grandma
kudos for
is.
you.
I like my grandma. I tell my grandma, I'm like, yeah, I work online, and she's like, what? You should like work. You should work at that store down the road. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's so dope.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Okay, so then just a couple more questions and then we'll wrap this up and
Okay.
I'll let you go about your day. So then what were your thoughts on the Beyond Copy community itself?
Ooh. Well, this is like when I was still like Tate's marketing was still in me, right? It was
Hmm.
like I didn't get the hooks and hook stuff away, right?
Hmm.
So like when they're like, yeah, Andrew Tate is this, Andrew Tate is that. I was like, man, what the heck is this group? I was like, I don't know. I was thinking, I was like, I thought these guys came from the real world and like they're talking bad about Tate. I was like, this isn't it.
Yeah.
But then after some calls, I was like, oh, okay, I understand now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the community is very great. I love it. I mean, there's some people that barely join, right?
Hmm.
Have the common copy questions. So yeah, I think it's really great. I
That's
love it.
awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys find that the community is very supportive and helping back and filled with energy.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, man, I just have a couple of questions now and then that's it. So would you recommend this to other people?
Oh, 100%. I would. Uh, yeah, there's no other group I would recommend because it's just for only like what, $47 now? So
Hmm.
many things you can learn. It's like the real world, right? But more than the real world. It's like gotta take that step.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly recommend. I just don't know anyone personally to recommend.
Hmm.
Well, I had a friend.
Hmm.
He joined, but he's not active.
Yeah,
So it's kind of sad to
that's
see.
that's totally fine. Well then,
Yeah.
who would you recommend this to if you had a person in your mind or a type of
Who would
person,
I
I should say?
type of person in my mind? Someone who like wants to make it work, right? They just want to like they can see themselves like making it, right? But they just don't
Hmm.
know where they're stuck and they have I guess they say the requirements to make it, but they just don't know yet.
Hmm.
So yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And then the fucking hardest question for you is, best for last, bro.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Chief and I?
Oh my gosh. Thoughts on the questions. Hold on. Well, I didn't the funny thing is I didn't know either of you before I joined. Um yeah, I didn't really know either of you. I just knew that I didn't even know you guys were apprentices. Tristan was like, "Yeah, it was created by two apprentices." I was like, "Oh, cool. Who are they?" And he never told me.
Hmm.
So when I joined, I was like looking for the apprentices I knew. I
Hmm.
was like, "The heck, they're not here." And like I found out you guys were. I was like, "Oh, that's insane."
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's just you guys are really cool. It's just I think you guys are too generous, giving us like take actually taking time out of your day to like teach us, right?
Hmm.
Like do the 3 hour calls because I know like so many people that are like on your level that don't have the time to make time for
Hmm.
beginners. So it's really cool.
Hmm. Yeah, man. No, it's funny. It's a lot of the, it's funny. It's not that they don't have the time to, it's just that they don't care. And there's a concept that
Oh,
we're going to talk about that me and Chief are actually like diving, like we're hitting new strides in understanding of this. And me and him have been going back and forth actually a lot lately on it. Um, it's too many people are taking from the ecology, and you can look up that word ecology, and we're gonna expand more on what that means for like your offer for like outbound, like all that stuff. But too many people are taking and not enough people are giving. So it's like very similar to when like soil, like too many nutrients are taken out of the soil instead of putting back in.
yeah, yeah,
So we just want to help you guys and empower you guys. We just want to give. So we're just gonna give and put nutrients back into the soil. Watch trees grow, right? So
yeah,
so that's basically what it is, bro. A lot of other people don't give a fuck. That's just it. They're very selfish. But
yeah,
we want to make sure that you guys are empowered. That's why we're doing these interviews, right? So that we can see where there's holes in our understanding, see where we can improve, see what we can do better, so that we could just help you
yeah,
guys, right? So, hey man, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. That was the last question. That was the hardest question of them all. And yeah, man, thank you for taking time out of your day. I'm not gonna hold you up any longer. And yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Any questions? Don't be afraid to tag us in the chat. We try to get to them as quick as possible. We try to do it as
yeah,
thoroughly
yeah.
as possible. So yeah, man. If it gets buried,
Okay,
bump it, please.
yeah, bump it for sure. Thank you for yeah, offering this call because I don't know, I decided to take it just because you guys provided so much value. I mean, it's the least I could do, right?
Yeah, man.
Just help you guys out.
And we just like these interviews are mainly just so that we can help like help us help you type of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like
More
even
value.
just even just like hearing your journey, hearing your like how you came into this, hearing what you expected versus like reality versus like what you found surprising and engaging, that helps us
Yeah.
tremendously when it comes down to it. And it comes down to how we're going to position the future and the foundation course and all that stuff. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
man.
insane.
Yeah, I really appreciate you, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take
Appreciate
any
you
more
too.
of your time. You have a good one,
All
bro.
right. You too, man. Have a good night.
Later.